जिये स्नेहर सागर जिये ममतार मन्दिर जिये स्नेहर सागर जिये ममतार मन्दिर जिये सृष्टिर आधार जिये सृष्टिर आधार सिए जननी आमर सिए जननी आमर जिये स्नेहर सागर जिये ममतार मन्दिर जिये गढ़िछिए सारा संसार जिये आम मन बीणा झंकार जिये गढ़िछिए सारा संसार जिये आम मन बीणा झंकार जिये पिता माता एई विश्वर जिये पिता माता एई विश्वर जिये आदि अंत सर्वशक्तिर जिये स्नेहर सागर जिये ममतार मन्दिर जिये वन्दना सर्वसन्ध्यार जिये स्मरण सबु स्मृतिर जिये वन्दना सर्वसन्ध्यार जिये स्मरण सबु स्मृतिर जिये सुगन्ध चन्दन बनर जिये सुगन्ध चन्दन बनर जार परसे न दिसे अन्धार जिये स्नेहर सागर जिये ममतार मन्दिर जिये सृष्टिर आधार जिये सृष्टिर आधार सिए जननी आमर सिए जननी आमर सिए जननी आमर. My pranam to all the children of the mother. Today's topic is given to me, Sri Aurobindo Yoga. Sri Aurobindo Yoga is otherwise called as Yoga of Transformation. This Yoga of Transformation appears when there is a evolutionary crisis of species. One species is ready to be transformed to another species. At that time, the Supreme Divine comes down as avatar with new force and consciousness and transforms one species to another species. That process of transformation is called Yoga of Transformation. When the time came, the fish to be transformed into amphibian, when they felt, the fish felt that the life they are spending is not so joyful. Is not there any another form of life which could be beautiful? Of course, majority will not feel. Always the minority will feel that the present form of life is not satisfactory. Majority will transform afterwards. So, minor fish community felt that only living in the water is boring job. Every day, just living in the water and eating something, it is just boring life. There must be some life above the water. So they had that aspiration, and the time had come for the transformation of fish into amphibian. So the Lord descended, that we know, the avatar of fish, Matsya avatar. Because when he comes down to them in the form of the same. He comes to the fish means he will come in the form of fish. Otherwise, there will be no communication. So he came down in the form of fish and gave them hope, those who were aspiring but felt that it is impossible task. He gave them hope. Yes, it is possible, my dear. Your aspiration is not wrong. And for that I have come. So he demonstrated when the divine comes down and they don't just enjoy the life, they suffer for us. They demonstrate how it is possible. The first fish avatar demonstrated himself how to become an amphibian. The fins he has to leave the fins and the legs have to come out. All this painful process. All other fish, those who are aspiring to become amphibian, are seeing with proofs that is, it is possible. So they have the faith. Yes, it is possible. We can also become. So that process is called yoga of transformation. So those who were ready, those fish become amphibian. Those who are not ready, they are till now remaining as fish. So because the whole creation is made with the freedom of choice. Those who don't want, they can remain as they are. That is the beauty of creation. Whether it is worst form of life or best form of life, if you choose to remain worst, that also divine allows you. That is the beauty of creation. So after amphibian lived for so many thousand years, among them also few of amphibian felt that what is this life? Simply jumping? Can we not run? The aspiration was so intense that they felt that jumping life is meaningless. It is equivalent to death. So that aspiration again reached to the divine, supreme. He again came in the form of amphibian, Kachapa avatar. See, he demonstrated, yes, it is possible. You can run. You can. So from amphibian to animal life, the same thing, the same painful process they had to pass through. And those who aspired for, they become animal. Those who did not aspire, they are still jumping, remaining as amphibian. It is same again from animal to man. From animal, there are many variety of animals, but the aspiring animal who wanted to become man is monkey. And Nalnida has given mentioned a beautiful story, glory of the tail. There he has mentioned how monkey transformed into human being. Beautifully, he has narrated the story. The story is that monkeys were there, and the Lord came in the form of monkey and declared that you are not the last creature. After you, there is another creature called man. He will come. 90% monkeys did not believe. Said, we are the last creature. Who else can come afterwards? No, 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 we don't believe. The Lord said, the whole creation is not running, not depending on your will. Yes, you can remain as you want, but the creation you cannot stop. So there will be man, whether you want or not. If you want, you will become. If you don't want, you remain as you are. That is your choice. But you cannot stop the evolution. So 90% did not believe. 10% out of 10, 5% asked the avatar, said that, okay, you are saying very beautiful thing. We are also interested. But you can give some highlights now, a trailer about man, so that there will be some interest to become man. Then the avatar said, you will not understand what man will do. Suppose he is playing cricket in Australia, he will see cricket in TV in Aurobindo. You don't know about cricket, you don't know about TV. What you will understand their way of living? Your way of living and their way of living, heaven and hell difference is there. Yes, one thing I can correlate. You will understand that have you got tail? Yes, that is our prestige. Monkeys told. Yes, we have tail. That is our identity card. That will not remain. So they went into depression. Said, without tail, how the life will be? Totally meaningless. Because whenever there is worry, we jump from one tree to another tree and tilt our tail, all the worries fall down. When we become man, when worries and anything attack us, how they will fall down if you don't have the tail? No, no, no. If we are very okay with our tails, we don't want to become man. Avatar said, okay, you are free. If you want another tail, I will give you. You can play with two tails. Then another 5%, they are called wise monkeys. They thought, previous to us, amphibians were there. We are better than them. After us, whoever will come, definitely will be better than us. Common sense says, whether there will be tail or not, it matters little. They said, we are ready to surrender our tail, make us man. Probably we were the 5%. We first surrender our tail and become man. Have you repented any time that, no? Have you gone to temple and requested God that return back our tail, we are not happy? Because we now feel that tail is a problem. Now you are sitting very nicely. If tail would be, then the two chairs were necessary. One is for you and another is for tail. Is it not? And for that also there should be so many designs. Stitching is very not, it will be not so easy. They will double charge. But at that time when they were monkey, only 5% realized. Now we realize that yes, there will be a beautiful form of life without tail. But when we were monkey, to realize a life without tail was impossible task. Only 5% could believe, yes, there can be a life without tail and which will be more beautiful than the monkey's life. It is the same with us now. Sri Aurobindo has come, avatar of the future, and declare that, oh, human beings, you are not the final. You are only transitory being. After you, there will be another species that is called Superman or supramental being, whatever you call. 90%, just like 90% monkeys did not believe, 90% of humanity did not believe. Said, what nonsense you are talking? Human being is everybody, everything now. He is now more powerful than the God. He is hoping that he will operate God with his remote control. Of course, one tsunami or something, or this corona made him convinced that he is nothing. But again he forgets. He says, no, I can. Again another corona is required to understand that we are nothing. We can do nothing without divine. With divine we are everything. Without divine we are nothing. With divine we are hero. Without divine we are zero. So 10% humanity out of 10, 5% similarly asked question to Sri Aurobindo that you are talking beautiful things. But can you not give some highlights so that we will have the interest to become supramental being? Sri Aurobindo repeated the same thing, said, you will not understand anything about supramental being. Just like monkey cannot understand man's form of life. But for your understanding, I will tell you that you will have no tail. Humanity asked, surprised. I have already left the tail. That is why I become human being. You are talking about again and another tail? Yes, that was the visible tail. Now you are carrying invisible tail. That is your ego and desire. That tail is with you. Without that tail, you cannot think of desire and ego. Without desire and ego, can you think of your life? From morning, menu starts, no? That is desire. What I will eat. Star hotels and everything. In the month of December, only we are talking of desires and ego. So can you think of a life without desire and ego? Please think for 1 minute. There will be no desire, there will be no ego. How life will be? Just like monkeys could not think a life without tail, they went into depression. Same thing will happen to us. What I will do? Because everything is based on that. Everybody is working for what? Money for what? So whole life will become meaningless if there is no desire and there is no ego. That you have to lose. These 5% out of 10 said, no, 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 no. We don't want to become Superman or supramental being. We are very happy with our ego and desires. Yes, there are some problems we will manage. With ego, some problems are there. With desires, there are some problems. We will adjust, no problem. But we are happy with that. We are okay with that. Don't come and impose us another future which we don't want. Sri Aurobindo says, I am not imposing. If you want to remain as man, you can remain. Just like monkeys are there, all previous creatures are there. Similarly, man will be there and supramental being will appear. Only 5% again, wise 5%. They are asking Sri Aurobindo, yes, what you have said is beautiful thing, and we understand that that form of life will be far glorious than the present form of life. We believe it. We are ready to surrender our ego and desire. Please make us the future as you want. Probably again we are sitting here aspiring for that change, and he has given us that process that is called Sri Aurobindo Yoga. Those who will follow Sri Aurobindo Yoga will become the supramental being. What is this Sri Aurobindo Yoga now? Now it is very easy. Sri Aurobindo has said, those who are turning to the mother are doing my yoga. Simple. Very simple thing. Now, yoga is not confusing. What I have to do, what is supramental, what is that, what is this. No. Simply offer yourself to the mother without any condition. Offer your life saying that I am like this mother. Whenever you go to the mother, don't go as a sadhu saying that I am okay. We generally go to the mother saying that, mother, change this person, that person, that person. Mother will ask, what about you? I am perfectly, I am the only person who is okay. Don't go to the because mother knows how are you. She knows who are you. What is within you. Everything she knows. So present yourself to the mother as you are. You have good qualities, okay. Surrender to it. You have bad qualities, okay. Surrender to it. Because good and bad in front of mother is nothing. For society, they may give you award for your good quality. For mother, good and bad both are nothing. Divine qualities, in front of divine qualities, both good and bad are nothing. So offer your good and bad, whatever you call, to the mother without any condition. She will transform you. This is Sri Aurobindo Yoga in short form. Yesterday I was telling that Sri Aurobindo said, mother is the goal. Everything is in her. If she is attained, all is attained. If you dwell in her consciousness, everything else unfold of itself. This is the secret of Sri Aurobindo Yoga. You cannot compare this yoga with other yogas because other yogas cannot transform you. It can make your life beautiful. Other yogas can make your life beautiful, but you will still remain human being as human being. You cannot be transformed into the supramental being. For supramental being, there is only one force, that is the supramental consciousness which is descended upon earth. And mother is the embodiment of the supramental force. So only one thing we have to do in our whole life, that is only mother, none other, if other through mother. Only mother, none other, if other through mother. Mother, Sri Aurobindo always says, you can deal with everybody, but never deal with everybody directly. Through the transparent body of the mother, you deal. So that whatever things are with you, bad or good, will be filtered. Whatever is necessary for me, that will come through the mother. Similar thing will happen from me to you. Whatever is necessary for you, that will be filtered through mother. So Sri Aurobindo Yoga will happen in us. Only one thing, that is, if we are totally surrendered to the mother. That is why Mother Sri Aurobindo was said, Sri Aurobindo was asked, what is the important condition for Sri Aurobindo Yoga? He said, first condition is that you must believe this earthly life is real. If you don't believe, then the question of doing Sri Aurobindo Yoga does not arise. Second is total surrender to the mother. These are the two conditions required for Sri Aurobindo Yoga. In this yoga, is there any method to follow or not? Mother says, there are some general methods, still you find your own methods. There are some general methods. Otherwise, how can we follow? First is that read Sri Aurobindo. For that, Mother has framed a beautiful form that is called study circle. Study circle is the easiest way to read Sri Aurobindo. Easiest way, because we sit together, read Sri Aurobindo and discuss, and we grasp something. That is the first thing. Second thing is, Mother discovered, you must have gone through agenda, Mother's agenda. She said the important practice needed for Sri Aurobindo Yoga is Nama Japa. Because the subconscient we have is not under our control. Suppose I am saying beautiful things, you are saying, yes, very nice, very beautiful things, I want to do. But the moment you go to your home, your subconscient will possess you and will force you to do what you are doing. All I have talked about beautiful things will not affect you because of subconscient. It is so powerful. And Mother was worried how to transform that subconscient. Sri Aurobindo tried. After that, Mother tried to transform the subconscient, because unless subconscient gets transformed, real transformation is not possible. That is subconscient, that is ocean. So many habits are there that will repeat again and again and again the same thing. Your wisdom will go down. Whatever you know, it will say, okay, you keep your wisdom at your own place. I have nothing to do. Mother tried their japa. She uttered Om Namah Bhagavate 13 times. Surprisingly, subconscient responded. And then she declared that the body transformation, Nama Japa, is necessary. So we found the process. One is study circle we should do, because without study circle we cannot understand Sri Aurobindo nicely. Second is Nama Japa, that will have the control over the subconscient. And there are psychological needs, that is called sincerity you must have, whatever you are doing. Sincerity means mother told transparency. What you are from outside, you are same in the inside. It is very difficult. Mother says that very few people you will find in the world, those who are sincere. Because I say, madam, you are okay. Inside I will say, oh, I say, what is this? The double standard is with us, everybody. So that double standard we have to remove. Otherwise, you cannot do Sri Aurobindo Yoga. Sri Aurobindo Yoga, the important necessity, psychological necessity is sincerity. What you are within. You may be bad. No problem if you are accepting yourself as you are. Mother will accept you from where you are. Don't worry. She will not say that you have to become a rishi. She will accept you from where you are. You must be sincere. Similarly, aspiration. Always never be satisfied with what you are. Satisfy with what you have. Suppose you have a one house, be satisfied. One cycle, be satisfied. What you have, be satisfied. But never be satisfied with what you are, because there is no end of the growth. Whatever I am, that is not the end. Divine is unlimited. So that is called aspiration. We should have the aspiration, constant aspiration, intense aspiration. Otherwise, Sri Aurobindo said, those who do not aspire are God's failure. If we don't aspire, means this life is totally meaningless for us. Again, in the next life, you can think. If we have no aspiration, if we live mechanical life, if you live only in a comfort zone life, oh, this much, okay, I'm satisfied with this much, that means your life is meaningless from the divine point of view, from the transformation point of view. From the transformation point of view, you must have the fire of aspiration always burning, even in the dream. And very important psychological necessity is surrender. Surrender means giving your whole responsibility to the divine. Whatever is happening. If you are worried, means you have not surrendered. Why you are worried? Because you have given the responsibility to the divine. Why you are worried for your life? If you are worried, that means you are not surrendered. You have not surrendered your life. Whatever is happening, you try your level best, but whatever is happening, Mother will do the best out of worst. So that is the surrender. If you can surrender, and physical process I have told, doing Path Chakras, study circles, and Namajapa. This is the practical way of doing Sri Aurobindo Yoga. But it is not individual again, I tell you. It has to be collective. So when you know about Mother and Sri Aurobindo, minimum responsibility is that your neighbor should know. Are you so selfish that you will eat away the good things? First of all, you are disqualified for transformation, because selfish people will not be transformed. So, at least as far as possible, you spread Sri Aurobindo. Mother was not giving importance to the spreading because there was no descent of supramental force. But after 1956, Mother said the time has come for spreading. So we must spread everywhere. Whole world must listen at least what Sri Aurobindo has done. Whether they will accept Sri Aurobindo Yoga or not, that is their concern. But if they don't, they have not listened about Sri Aurobindo, we are responsible. We are guilty. Because we know about Mother and Sri Aurobindo, we are enjoying our life because of him, but we are so selfish, so self-centered life we are leading, that we are not concerned with others. So spreading of his literature to the whole world is an important factor of Sri Aurobindo Yoga. You do as far as possible with your own capacity. If you are aspiring more, Mother will give the opportunity to do more. One person may say that, oh, I cannot do. That is always wrong, Mother says. Because once you aspire means divine will arrange the things accordingly. According to our aspirations only, limitations are there. If I aspire for greater things, all limitations will fall away. So these are, in short, what Sri Aurobindo Yoga. The first I have told, it is the yoga of transformation. Next, I have told what are the necessities, both psychological and practice, and collective yoga. If anybody, any questions? I have some questions already received. If you have any question, ask. Otherwise, I will answer these questions also.
Yes. Anybody would like to raise a hand for a question? Yes. No. So we will let.
Huh?
You have.
Huh.
Yes, good evening. I was wondering, I hear a lot about the supramental plane that came down in 1956. How exactly did it happen, and what was the manifestation? How did we know that it had arrived?
Yeah. Very few people could able to know. At that time, only 5 to 6 persons could able to know. From ashram, only one person. That is Amal Kiran. So we must have the another dimensional capacity to know. Humanity have to believe, because we have no capacity to know. That is another dimensional problem. Either you have to believe, or we have to do yoga to transcend yourself. Then you will be able to see that this has happened. For that, three conditions Mother has said. You can also know. First condition is not so easy. Nothing, not totally impossible for us. Not impossible. If impossible, then why Mother would have told? Completely free from desires. In order to know that, we have to be completely free from desires. Second one is, there should not be any mental judgments for anything. That means truth you can directly feel. We are speculating the truth always. So that judging habit must be zero. And third is a powerful aspiration. These three, if we fulfill, then we will be able to see this, whatever happened. Now also we can see that is because it is a continuous process. It is not that once for happened. It is continually happening. You can also see. But before that, easiest method for us is to believe that Mother has said, just like scientist says that water is in what is that planet? Mars. Either we have to go to the Mars to see, verify, otherwise we simply have to believe. We are believing. And that belief is helping us. So the Mother has also opened two ways. One is to believe her. She will carry us there, what she has said. Another is that you develop those qualities, then you can able to see.
As we, I have a question. As we said that it is, you're going to speak about integral yoga. In what we studied is that it is integrating different parts of our body, means 4 parts: that physical, vital, mental, and spiritual. So can you just develop, because that is also important, that as a human being, all our parts are also perfect. We perfect them.
But that perfection will be done by the Mother, not by us. We don't know. Only thing is, we must be aware of our movements, mental movements. Thoughts are entering into us. We are just allowing it to happen. We are never observing why these things are happening in us. In our vital, desires are entering, and suppose I have a desire to eat something, simply I am going and purchasing the thing, eating. Why that desire has entered into us, I never asked question to myself. Simply habits of the body. If I am feeling sleepy, I will just sleep. Whether it is good to sleep or not, I never ask. So the question is, I must become aware of my all movements. But how to transform these all things into the greater being? That is the job of the mother. Mother said that that work is so tedious, I never assign to anybody. they will they will play it away, saying that no. That part I am doing. You just be aware of yourself. Be try to sincere, and whatever movement you are seeing, it ought not to be. Offer me. These are the process. So in case of mind, thoughts process you have to observe, good and bad, everything. You should have the some control over your thoughts. Whatever thoughts should enter into you, they only should enter into you. Not any thought. Suppose here we want to come. Can anybody enter without your permission? You are allowing, that is why you are coming. So similarly, we must be master of ourselves. In case of vital also, we must control our desires, ambitions, everything. Whatever we think good should be allowed. Whatever we think it should not be, we should not be allowed. This self-mastery should be there to some extent. In physical also, in habits, those habits which are helpful for our body, that we can practice. Those habits which are not helpful for our body, we have to reject. We should be straightforward in this. Rest part mother will do.
Good evening. As we know that the psychic discovery is essential for integral yoga, and we know that the mind and vital and physical parts should be influenced by the psychic being. In our daily life, actually, we are doing many things. So, in a way of life, what should we do such that our mind should be influenced by the psychic being, like that vital and physical? What is in a daily life? So, what should we do to mind to be influenced by the psychic being, and likely vital and physical also? Thank you.
Mother, mother has said beautiful hints. Mother has given beautiful hints about it. There are so many psychic qualities. For example, psychic always believes that divine knows better than me. Okay. This is the psychic quality. The same quality, if you practice in your mind, your intimacy with psychic will grow. Similarly, psychic always tries to love everybody. Try to practice, at least love your enemy. Can you? Then there will be a psychic quality developed. There will be a psychic influence on the mind. In the vital is always attracted towards the desires and ambitions. But psychic is always attracted what the divine wants, I want to do. I want to enjoy. Okay. The beauty, the love, everything. So if the vital will also become creative. If something creative is there, it forgets to eat also. That is not negligence. I am talking about the attraction of the higher qualities naturally makes you forget the lower qualities. So if you develop the qualities of the psychic, mother says that psychic always sees, it never judges. But we always judge. We never want to see. So these qualities we have to practice in our day-to-day life. The more we practice the qualities, more we are related to the psychic, more influenced by the psychic. And another thing is that mother says you can call psychic being every day. In the morning, you can sit down thinking that your psychic being is within you, though you don't know. Because it is really within you, it will respond. Suppose there is person, I don't know his name, but he is there. Without knowing, if I call them Ashok, suppose I call. If there is anybody, Ashok, will he not respond? Because he is there. Same thing, Mother says, that whether you know about psychic or not, it matters little. You simply call psychic being, come down, come up, come to front and take my life. I am allowing you to drive my life. Because psychic is a gentle person. Unless you give the responsibility, it will not take, by impose, it will never take by itself. That is its nature. So when mind will feel that perfect driver is sitting in the backside, when vital will feel that our perfect driver of the life is sitting backside, when body will feel that our perfect driver is sitting backside, what will happen? Three of them will go to psychic being and I will approach and request, please take your driver seat. We will remain as a passenger. Or whatever you will order, we will do. So that is the daily practice you have to do. Yeah.
I just want to know about it because you say that we have to practice it daily, but it is being told by Mother that at least it takes about 30 years for the psychic being to come into the front
Yeah.
and lead you. So try
So-
to clarify me.
No, that is okay, but maybe already you have completed 29 years in the last birth. So why we are worried about years? So that is what I am telling, because it will give a depressing attitude to everybody. Oh, 30 years, let us don't do, let us enjoy our life. So I always say that already you have completed 29 years. Only 1 year is there. So proceed ahead. Yeah, that must be. Otherwise, you cannot do sadhana.
Maybe the questions that you have, that
Yeah.
some other
Some other
persons have.
questions I have.
Yes. So you can just proceed.
What is the role of rituals, ceremonies in Sri Aurobindo Yoga?
There aren't any rituals.
Huh?
There aren't any rituals.
Yeah,
Because it is above
the
everything.
same question was asked to the mother. Question was, one sadhak asked, I was surprised to see this new ritual, Sri Aurobindo Saranam Mama, introduced into the cemetery ceremonies. X stands in meditation in front of the body and pronounces the phrase Sri Aurobindo Saranam Mama. And others standing round the body must repeat it after him. This is done 100 times. Personally, I don't like this ceremony. I find it empty of feeling. I don't like Sri Aurobindo's name to be invoked without feeling and turned into the rituals. It is much better to read one of your prayers and then invoke divine grace in silence, each in his own way for the departed person, as was done before. This is my opinion. What you say about it? Mother says, ceremony in itself is only a secondary importance. It is merely a form and more a matter of custom than anything else. What is important is to infuse into whatever ceremony one adopts the sincere fervor and ardent aspiration which give life to any ceremony, whatever it may be, and yet do not depend on it. So, what is ceremony? Actually, what happens when the divine beings take birth, when they appear upon earth? From the beginning, they are spiritual. Whatever they do they do out of their inner experience, realization. But we, the common people, don't see what, don't realize what realization they have. We see though what they are doing from outside. What we poor people can do, we follow that what Sri Aurobindo was doing outside, we just follow it. There is nothing wrong in it. But trying to feel that presence day by day, behind it what is there. But that never happens. Slowly what happens, rituals become dogmatic. When it becomes dogmatic, the danger comes. And slowly it gets deformed. That is the problem. Otherwise, rituals are also helpful for the common people because they don't have the inner realization. They have to follow some outer methods. With sincerity, if they follow the outer methods, slowly they will have that experience. Rituals have the role. But slowly, unfortunately, it becomes dogmatic and deformed to some other things which was not originally there. I will tell you a story that there was a divine person who was doing meditation. While he was doing meditation, total area was completely silent and peaceful automatically because he was radiating that force. And it was so powerful that two cats used to come to his chair, nearby chair, and sitting there in a meditative posture. And mother also said that they like silence and peace. Cats. Oh, dog. Yeah. That is what. So, the days passed, years passed. The divine man left his body. Now the question, official systems come. Now who will sit in the chair? Everybody said, I was senior person, I was moving with him from the day beginning. So all meeting held. Ultimately the senior person who became the guru. But he has no experience, nothing. But he has seen that meditation means two cats must sit here. Otherwise that cannot be the meditation. So the whole problem is that while he was sitting, the cats were running away from him because he was in that consciousness, totally disturbed consciousness. So cats were running out. That is a great problem. How the institution will run? Then there was an emergency meeting for that. Problem is that how they will sit. Then a doctor suggested that I have the solution. What? We can give anesthesia, chloroform injection. So that everybody agreed and the chloroform injection given, they slept nicely and everybody also slept nicely. The institution ran. If you imagine the origin of the institution and now, totally different. There is no question of meditation. After some years in the front of gate, ashram gate, meditative cats were being sold. How many hours you want to meditate? No, half an hour. You take it 1,000 rupees. Business also started. All these things are slowly developing, which are deformed things. That should not be. Otherwise, ritual by itself is not bad. When ritual becoming dogmatic and after that human being used for its commercial basis, for their own establishment, the things get deformed.
I'm not a believer of by nature. I'm not believer of beliefs like believing without
Proofs.
whatever my own truth.
Huh.
Let's put it that way. So, and Sri Aurobindo also said that it is a supramental being which has to come. So it has to emerge out of our mental being. So mind has a value till now for us. So we have to apply a higher mind, and then find our own truth. Remember, Sri Aurobindo also said, whatever I say, you don't believe. You find even mother. So my experience in life is like, belief is one thing. Maybe the people who cannot think it through, let's put it that way. They cannot find their truth in their own way. But for some people, again, aspiring for supermentality, they have to apply. So for myself, blind faith is out question. That's the comment I want to make. And same for aspiration and inspiration. As you said yesterday, we also have to make our own efforts and whatever.
Yeah.
Our,
Yeah,
without desire, without all those qualities which are needed. But I think you cannot depend more on for me, it will be more like doing your own efforts, trying yourself, and then of course, divine will reach you and lift you further up at a much higher speed. That's what I wanted to comment.
Yes, that is
on this
right.
thing.
Because very many people having not everybody will start from the same point of view.
Hmm.
So you have your own point of view. It is okay. It is allowed here. And the best way, Mother Sri Aurobindo said in evening talk, that he is saying about himself. He says that I believe in everything, but I question everything. So that is the best way of knowing everything. So you can go in your own way. There is nothing.
But aren't these contradictory? I
Contradictory.
believe in it and I question it also.
Yes,
so that means you
because-
don't believe, you are questioning it.
No, that is wrong thing. Because I can believe it. But as far as detail is concerned, I want to know it.
As far
Detail.
as
That is why I question it. Suppose scientists said that it is aeroplane. I believed it. But I question, what is this? What is this? What is this? I can ask in detail, go on knowing about everything. That I can go in detail. That is possible. And what is your process is also possible. Even atheism is also leading towards the spirituality.
all paths lead to ultimate.
So thing is, for some people, faith is very accelerating way of reaching there. From there, they will come to the mind. They will not neglect mind. First, they will, with the faith, they will fly over the sky. From there, they will look into the mind. For you, you are through mind, you are going to up. There are various ways. No way is wrong.